Hey guys, welcome to Owlchemist Tarot. So this channel, we serve tarot straight up. We don't sugarcoat. We go over what the energies are and definitely what could happen, give you insights, and hopefully better prepare yourself for upcoming things that you are going to face or are facing now. So let's go ahead and pull some cards, and this is going to be for the week ahead. So for the 26th up to the 31st, or I guess you can even say November 1st. But it's going to be general. This is talking about kind of overall energy. We'll go into love, career, communication, and then obstacles and some advice. Okay, so let's get it going. Hope everyone's doing okay. Let's go into a lot of reversals here. Okay. So, gotta say, overall advice that we all have to start focusing on working on is the Three of Pentacles. This is about building. You know, the threes are about starting to put ideas, concepts actually into action and making things happen to materialize in the 3D world, in your life. Three of Pentacles is about building. It is about focusing. It is about putting the hard work in, researching, fine-tuning your skills. This is putting in the work, right? So a lot of you might be, whether it's an idea or a business, or you're trying to learn a new skill, or you're trying to learn how to invest, or you're trying to learn, you know, what certifications you need to move further in your career. Do you want to go back to school? What is that going to take? A lot of you are going through different things that you're starting to figure out, okay, I need to focus on a skill, or I need to focus on elements so I can grow my skill set. What I will tell you, anything that you start to work on now is going to have big payoffs in the future. Now, this is the 25th, so Sunday the 25th, we're in Mercury retrograde, and this is a good time to start to relook at things, to research, to identify what your next steps are. Not necessary to launch anything, and again, Mercury retrograde shouldn't be stopping your life, but it should be about kind of taking into account that maybe you're going to face more obstacles if you try to go full force into, you know, starting something brand new. But this is an ideal time to kind of start to fine tune and undercover things and really figure out, okay, if I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm quote unquote age, I need to start investing now. And what is it that I need to start to put into an IRA or whatever the case is? Or if I want to get my PhD and I already have my master's, what are the things that I need to take in count? You know, what are the applications? What are the certificates? Or what are the things that I need to do to start to get myself into the best place to do that? Or it's buying or selling a home. Whatever the case is, you're going to start to look at things and start to go through the details. Now, like I said, whatever you focus on now is going to have a lot of big payoff, a big payoff in the future. I cannot speak, it's Mercury retrograde. The Sun card, this is represented by Leo. Now, Sun is about growth, abundance, prosperity, things that are building. So like I said, this is a time to plant the seeds and you're going to have a big harvest at some point. I almost use the example as if it's technically fall and I'm here in Colorado. I don't know where you are. Let me know where you're from, by the way. Leave a comment and tell me where you're from. But I live in Colorado and we're in fall, and so this is the best time to like plant bulbs, garlic, those types of things. Even though you're not going to see it and probably until late spring, early summer, the seeds that you plant, the intentions you plant now, and everything that you're working on, there's big payoff later down the road. So think of it that way. It's not necessarily that you're going to see it instantaneously, but it's going to pay off in the long run. And the Sun always gives that blessing. It's positivity. This is the happiest card in the deck and really talks about that there is light shining down your path. So keep moving forward. All right, now let's go into love. We'll hit money, career, then we'll talk about some advice, and then maybe some communication that you might want to watch out for, and any obstacles that you're facing. Now, love. Now, this is not going to be for everyone, of course, but for some of you, the Strength in Reverse, this is actually another Leo card. This is about staying open, almost having courage to stay open and be open to love when the time is right for you. I don't necessarily see something coming right now, but in other readings I've been pulling for the probably last month and a half, that something could start to frame up in winter, early spring. So this is about you staying open, not shutting love off. Remember, if you're telling the universe, hey, I ultimately want to be in a relationship, I want to be with someone, and this is who my ideal partner is, and when they keep sending, meaning they, the universe, spirit keeps sending you blessings your way and you keep shutting it down, you're basically telling the universe that you don't want love or a relationship. So for some of you, you're going through some healing process right now where you are closed off, your heart chakra is blocked, maybe because you need to focus on that, healing and going through that process. But for some of you, it is literally you holding on to the past, thinking that those events are going to happen again in the future. Remember, when we go through something in the past, we learn from it. We're brighter, we're smarter, we're wiser. So just because something happened to you in the past does not mean that it's going to happen in your future. So stay open when the time is right. Now, for your money. Some of you, and again, this can be because of outside circumstances, meaning that maybe you lost a job or the economy is not, it's hurting your business rather than helping, or you're having a hard time making additional funds come in. What I will tell you with the High Priestess in reverse, this is trying to show signs that you might have a better understanding on where the holdups are, the obstacles. Maybe there's some things that you've overlooked. Mercury retrograde is a good time to go over things, whether it's going through your balance sheets, going through, how much money is going out, what's coming in, what you can do to save, what you can cut back, what is not needed right now, what do you need to postpone, what do you need not to invest in. There's a lot of ways that you can start to look at and how to frame up your money. On a personal level, this is maybe having insights where some of the things that you're wanting to start or you're looking into or kind of building upon, there could be some opportunity, but right now, up until now, I should say, things have been clouded. You haven't had a good idea on how to move forward or what to do or next steps to obtain your goals. With the High Priestess in reverse, she typically is the keeper of the secrets, and there's a good reason why there's been details hidden from you. But now there might be some information that's been shown, or you have access to things now where you feel a little bit more confident to move forward. Career. Okay, Seven of Cups in reverse typically means that maybe the offers or opportunities that were at one point very plentiful for you might be starting to narrow down. That doesn't always mean a bad thing though. In the upright, this can talk about that you might have a lot of options. However, not everything is going to be the best thing for you. A lot of times people get tricked with this energy because they will focus on the outside and, something that's shiny and kind of that, that quick success story, when really that could be fool's gold. Okay, so in the reverse, this could talk about you started to narrow down the things that you really want to focus on, career related, professionally, and you're starting to take a little bit more of a plan of attack and seeing, hey, instead of having 10 options or even 3 options, this one thing is actually going to be the best thing suited for me. So now you're starting to map out a plan to say, okay, well, what do I need to get promoted, or what do I need to get seen more at a higher level leadership? How do I get more visibility? Seven of Cups is also about focusing on things that really are fulfilling for you and not just spreading yourself very thin. A lot of times when we get opportunities and we spread ourselves so thin and we try to do 5 or 6 different things because they all are great, we're all excited and we're interested in all of them, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be successful because your energy's spread out and it's almost like you are diluted. So focus on 1 or 2 things that you can actually achieve and execute very, very well, and you're going to start to see progress. All right, let's talk about communication, and let's talk about some things that maybe you can just be aware of this month, or I'm sorry, not this month, this month, but also just this week, this upcoming week. Six of Swords in the upright. Now, this is air energy. This is also talking about knowing when to choose your battles, knowing when to pick your battles, and knowing when to walk away. For some of us, that can actually be a little bit harder task to take on, but it's not smart to think that you can win every battle, okay? There's just some individuals and there's some energy that it doesn't matter what you say, what you think, how you explain it, what type of context or specifics or information you put around it or support your point of view. There's always going to be people that disagree with you and just do not see it your way. Now, for a lot of this really feels very strongly that here in the United States, we have an upcoming presidential election and this nation is very, very, very divided, either kind of one side of the coin or the other. So this could be where, because we're coming up to that very significant event and it can impact a lot of us who live here. This is having just to walk away knowing that, someone's feelings might be valid. It doesn't mean they're facts. And you just have to chalk it up as you feel that way, I feel this way, and that's just how it is. And you literally have to maybe physically move yourself mentally away from people, places, and things that agitate you or just, especially energy that tries to get your goat, tries to get you in a confrontational, heated discussion. This is the time just to let it go and move on. Your peace of mind is more important than you winning an argument, okay? Okay, so some advice that you might want to take in consideration when you're starting to feel all over the place or scattered or frustrated or tired or stressed out. The Hermit card came out. Now the Hermit is ruled by Virgo and we just came out of Virgo season recently. Now the Hermit is about going within, almost taking a little of an introverted approach. And for some of us, we are naturally starting to kind of go back into kind of this comfort zone where we don't have a lot of people, we don't have a lot of distractions. We're starting to work on ourselves and really kind of work through maybe some of the knots that we've put in our place or the obstacles that are in our place or whatever the case is. For some of you, you're actually going within and starting to figure out what is going to make me happy. What do I want to put my focus on? What are people that are, energy that I just need to cut out of my life? Not because they're not great people, but they're just not maybe meant to be with me on my journey moving forward. So the Hermit is this is actually a very important energy. When you start to feel scattered or, spread too thin, sometimes taking a step back and recharging yourself and grounding your energy is the most important thing you can do, because then you can almost confidently make decisions. And also for some of you who feel like you're not on the right path or you're flailing or your energy is so scattered you can't see the forest through the trees. Now remember that this light, I almost see this almost kind of like the North Star in a way. Like you're going to find your way back home. You are the light and you are home. You're going to find your way back to yourself if you've kind of lost who you are, okay? Now, some obstacles that I'm sorry, I couldn't remember what I was thinking. Obstacles that may come up for some of you. The Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands in the upright is actually, this is being faced with a choice. This is trying to figure out what path. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's Two of Wands. Making sure what path is the best one for you. Now, what I will tell you, if you look at these rods, they're both beautifully covered and they all have, little flowers coming up. So either option that you're faced with, you actually might have they might be great options, and it's kind of the challenge of figuring out what's the right one. Or maybe that there's really, you can only put your time and effort 100% into one thing. So, some obstacles that you might have to make some tough decisions, but ultimately it looks like you're going to be in a good position to do so. Also, this is about using your instinct, and I'm saying that because there's this little cat right here. Use your instinct, use your intuition, follow that internal compass because it's never going to lead you astray. So focus on what makes the most sense. Now, what I want to tell you is that this card came out and I feel like this is part of this overall energy and a message for you to, it's even more important now than ever to keep yourself grounded and kind of recharge your batteries and not get pulled into unnecessary drama or conflict or confrontational discussions. The Tower in reverse came out. Now the Tower is ruled by Aries, Mars energy, and Uranian energy because it's very fast and abrupt. In the reverse, this can be that this energy of sudden change is happening maybe around you, not necessarily directly to you, but it could be happening on, basically we have a big election coming up. There's going to be a decision either way. So there's going to create upheaval. For some people, there are a lot of global events that are going on that are striking a chord with people. There could be some shifts in the economy. So there could be some big things that are happening, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's happening directly to you, but it could impact you in some type of way. And or this energy is happening to people within your life, like friends or family. So maybe you learned that some of your coworkers got furloughed or let go, or maybe that you found out that maybe a family member, they're not doing so good, or they're thinking about getting a divorce. Whatever the case is, it's going to vary in range. And it doesn't all have to be negative. You could find out that maybe there's some really great news that is kind of coming out of nowhere, but it's happening to someone else that you know. So just keep that in mind. It's more important than ever that if something shifts suddenly and it's kind of like a shock to your system, recharge yourself, whether it's doing breathing exercises or just kind of focusing on what is the most important thing for you. Okay, guys, that's a lot of energy, a lot of major arcanas in this spread. So calm your energy. You're going to do great this upcoming week. Just work through it. We're getting closer to this end of Mercury retrograde. I think it ends on November 3rd officially, but remember, we enter into a shadow phase, and I think you're looking for that energy to start to clear up around November 12th, 13th is usually when that energy is going to be a little bit lighter. So brace yourselves and you're going to be fine. Now, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to this channel, like, share, make a comment, because I love to know all about you and to learn more about what's going on, and hopefully, you'll get to experience more of my videos. Thank you guys so much. And if you haven't, also follow me on Instagram and TikTok, because I pull cards there so you can get a broader view of what's going on. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.